qualify. Yeah. But whatever happens in this contest, and clearly Fan Zhendong's the favourite, I do take my hat off to Ruwen FILUS, because if we go back just over 12 months, he didn't perform that well in the World Team Championships. He's always been on the brink of the German team, never really been able to establish himself in the team. It's been Ovtcharov, Ball and Bastian Steger or Patrick Franciscan. He's been the man left out time and time again. So rather here, his selection, he gained the last place, the 5th place in the German selection tournament, and I think to get to the 4th round, well, he's justified himself and done himself proud.
So now's the time to go out there, enjoy the occasion, relax, go for his shots, attack when he gets the opportunity. And I'm sure the crowd are going to lift him as much as they possibly can. And of course, last night, as I said earlier, probably the match of the tournament against the youngster from Hong Kong. And listen to that crowd. 8,000 seats around these two tables, probably 6,000 spectators in at the moment.
Well, not too many spare seats, Don.
And there's the hallmarks of a great topspin player. Backhand and forehand, and that was a rocket down the line. It's going to be tough for FILUS. Completely sent him the wrong way. 2 times runner-up in the German Championships, 2015 and 2017. So everybody would love to see him do well here, and he's doing okay. He started quite well, 7 points, and he's 4-3 down. That was an aggressive push.
Well, it's good to see. I think Ruwen FILUS and Jörg Roskopf are well aware that if he just goes 100% defensive mode, then Fan Zhendong will find a rhythm, and it will be like trying to stop an express train. But if he can break it up, break the rhythm of Fan Zhendong, that's his best chance.
Fan Zhendong there thought there was a little bit more backspin on the ball than there was. Good deception by FILUS. Again, that was an aggressive return of serve. He came across to return with his backhand from the forehand. Looked for the long push deep down the backhand. Only just missed the side of the table, as you saw on the replay. Lifting what he thought was heavy backspin, lifting a little bit too much. So that's an excellent start. 12 points have progressed, 6 points each, as both players take the opportunity to towel down.
He's made the changes. Credit to Ruwen FILUS.
Good, consistent topspins from the Chinese player. The consensus of opinion of the commentary team, I think I'm speaking on behalf of both of us, Ian, is that the first game we thought would be pretty tight, but probably Fan Zhendong getting through and then settling down in games 2, 3 and 4 against the style and techniques of FILUS. So the only way that's going to change if FILUS can pinch this first game.
Exactly.
Could get very interesting then.
Absolutely, because that was the tenor of the match in the Youth Olympic Games final in 2014. We played Yuto Muramatsu, the Japanese defender. First game was close, gradually found a rhythm, relaxed a little bit more, got a 2-3 point lead, and then Fan Zhendong flowed.
Well done, Ruwen FILUS. The crowd are behind you.
Caution to the win there. Positive return of serve. Excellent forehand topspin. Here's that topspin into the body of Zhendong. 2 points away from the first game. Fantastic play by both players. FILUS did nothing wrong, but what a counter topspin from Zhendong. You can see him edging to get in with a topspin, but just look at that.
Now that point sums up Zhendong. If there's one player in the world who can put one more ball on the table than anybody else, it's Zhendong.
Good backhand there. Sent it out wide to FILUS's forehand. Possibly FILUS had a chance to attack the ball earlier. Chose to push it. Wang Hao showing his appreciation of that backhand shot out wide to the forehand. But didn't quite read the spin. Lifted what he thought was backspin. There wasn't the spin there to lift. See that again? Pushes it off the end of the table. Now alternate serving. First player to win 2 clear points. Fantastic defending from Ruwen FILUS. With backspin, with topspin. The crowd raising the roof here in Dusseldorf. And here we go, game point Germany. The crowd would love this point to go Germany's way. Oh, and it nearly did. Unlucky there. Zhendong returning a net cord. There's that net cord, that could have got him through. How quick on his feet was Zhendong.
But that's Zhendong. Somehow he gets there. More than any other player in the world, in my opinion. He will get there when it looks impossible.
And now, game point, China. And unlucky there, FILUS. He looked to attack. It was just a little bit too tight over the net. And Zhendong takes the first game by 13 points to 11 and leads by 1-0. We'll be back soon for the second game.
And the players making their way back to the table for the second game. Interesting observation, they have a 1 minute break, the players go back to their corners, to their coaches. And I've been commentating for a long time, coaching for a long time and playing for a long time, and I've never seen a player sit down with the coach almost and have a chat. FILUS.
He always does it.
I think Roscoff quite appreciates it. He gets to sit down and have a chat with
absolutely, but
his player.
Yeah, just on that point, between games, what other sport do we stand up? Very, very few come to my mind. I mean, sometimes I've compared table tennis as a boxing match, a fight between two people. Boxers sit down, and what is it? They can go within 3 or 4 meters of the playing area and sit down and go outside. And I think you might find, if you see him play later today, Vladimir Samsonov of Belarus, he will do the same. He will go and sit down. So, the next innovation in table tennis?
Why not? Take the weight off your feet in between games. Makes a lot of sense. In fact, he's won the first 2 points. Just over hits the backhand topspin. And so Fan Zhendong opens his account in this second game. Raises his hand, apologises for his good fortune. That hit the top of the net and then trickled over, but more to the point, it trickled out wide towards the umpire as well, as we'll see here. Almost runs along the net there, and that's no chance of getting that one back. Georg Roscoff showing his appreciation. Retrieving quite superbly. Wasn't able to get any backspin on the ball, but that worked to his advantage. Fan Zhendong thought there was backspin. We'll just see here, lifted off the end of the table. Topspin, then the smash. The difference between a topspin and smash is that when you're smashing the ball, you hit through it. We'll see it well here on the replay. That's a topspin, and here's the smash. Just all the power is going into speed. Very little topspin on the ball. This time, heavy backspin on the ball. Managed to use his wrist, get underneath the ball. The ball fizzing with backspin. There.
It's a bit tense, this Fan Zhendong. He can't establish a lead. In fact, he's 2 down.
So FILUS on fire at the moment, leads 7-3, doing everything right. Defending well, attacking well, moving the ball around the table when he's pushing, making life very difficult for Fan Zhendong. As you were saying, Ian, very few empty seats, so very close to 8,000 people now.
watching this match live.
Very few, Don. Looking around out of our commentary box, just about full to capacity. Very impressive.
Steady top spins. 7-5. FILUS with his 2 serves. That's what he needed to do, just to break the rhythm of Fan Zhendong. Good forehand topspin down the line. And it also puts pressure on the attacking player. He knows if he makes a slightly weak return, FILUS is going to pounce on the opportunity. Topspin down the line, it's a shorter target, he overhits the ball. And FILUS now looking good for the second game, 9-5. Still a bit of work to do, of course. Points to Germany.
Well, we talked close first game, and they might run away with the rest, but let's give great credit to Ruwen FILUS.
It's interesting, even though he's 10-5 down, he's thinking to the next game as well. Here is Fan Zhendong. He wants to get in a rhythm. He wants to get used to the backspin. So he's playing a very steady topspin against backspin rally. Here we go, just steady topspins again. I'm sure we'll see a very similar point. But now he's in trouble. But he's not. He makes the counter topspin. As soon as he pushes instinctively, FILUS is going to turn defense into attack. I'm sure we're going to see these tactics continue. Steady top spins, wait for the right one, then the bullet. Not too many drop shots.
Now, I think Ruwen FILUS should take a timeout now.
I'm sure Jörg Roscoff's thinking the same. Do I, don't I? It's actually FILUS's call, as it's at the individual World Championships. If it was the Team World Championships, it would be entirely Roscoff's call. And indeed, we've got a timeout.
Yeah, I think that's wise. Because at least now he has some time in the table tennis match to make some change.
Er spielt ja jetzt sehr viel weiter. Genau, Weichenwicklung, ja, dass es gar nicht zu weit zurück ist. Wenn er vorne ist, dann kriegst du mehr Druck dann abgeben. Ja. Das ist so, was er jetzt auch.
Wenn ich weiß, kann ich auch voll auf den Arm blocken eigentlich.
Das ist das, was er jetzt immer anzeigt. Ja. Er zeigt jetzt immer an, dass er über diese Rückhand spielt.
Each player has one timeout.
Und stark
so
kann man immer weglaufen.
Those of you who understand German, I'll keep quiet and let you listen to this conversation.
As soon as he gets the chance, topspin the ball, because if he tries to save the game, I think he'll lose it. He has to innovate, do something different, take a risk, and not just go into backspin mode. Because once he goes into backspin, then Fan Zhendong will get into a rhythm, and I think there'll be no stopping him. But I am very impressed this tournament, whatever happens with Ruwen FILUS. I think he's responded very well indeed, considering where he was a year ago in Kuala Lumpur when he did not play that well.
So, back to the table. 2 game points remain. Fan Zhendong has saved 3. And now Fan with his 2 serves to come.
Now that was correct. I know he lost the point, but that was correct.
And I'm sure Roscoff, if we could see him, would be nodding his head, because you don't judge a point on whether you win or lose the point. You judge it on how you play the point. And the tactics were right there by FILUS. And again, if he gets the chance, he has to attack the ball. There we go again, steady, steady, rockets. Oh, 5 consecutive points for Fan Zhendong. Steady top spins. The rocket, very few drop shots now we'll see from Fan. But still, it's alternate serving. First player to win 2 clear points. FILUS still very much in this second game.
Good.
That's exactly what he had to do. It's brave play by FILUS. Rostov on his feet in appreciation. So 6th game point for FILUS. Come on. Let's see more of this entertainment.
Exactly. He hesitated.
6 game points. As you say, he's having the tournament of his life so far, and it's always great with the defender because it's so entertaining. Defence against attack. He's playing tactically superb. He's spectacular to watch. I think we'd all like to see this game go to 5-6 games. Fantastic. He knew the push was coming. He set himself up to attack. There, he's round. And he's attacking that come what may. Through the kitchen sink at that forehand top spin. Well done, Ruwen FILUS. 7th game point. 7th time lucky.
Maybe.
Germany, Ruwen FILUS wins the second game. 13 points to 11. And this 4th round of the men's singles, evenly poised at 1 point apiece. There he goes, takes his seat. It worked well after the first game. And I'm sure Rostov appreciates sitting down to give advice. Don't go forward because we'll be back straight away for the start of the 3rd game. And they're now back at the table. 1 game apiece. Great comeback by the 20-year-old on screen there, the world number 2. He was 10-5 down, pulled it back to 10-all, but it was the attacking skills of Ruwen FILUS that pulled him through. So 1 game apiece. 8,000 spectators. The vast majority very much behind FILUS. Oh my goodness. That's a little bit of bad fortune. Threw the ball up in the air, dropped on the edge of the table. There it goes. Can't do much about that. First point to Fan Zhendong. There was a little bit more backspin on the ball than there was. He lifted. There wasn't the spin to lift.
No.
Backhand topspin, then the smash straight through the back of the ball. just pops up a little bit. Smashes it wide to the backhand. Fan Zhendong now with his 2 serves.
Retrieving. Fan Zhendong's playing with great power, but FILUS is equal to it. And then the heavy backspin wins the point. Attacking whenever he gets the opportunity. At best that was a 50-50 ball to go for, but he's right to do it. He's playing the number 2 seed, the number 2 ranked player in the world, so why not?
Absolutely.
And when you've got 8,000 people cheering you on and you're in the form of your life, I think it's fair to say he's
absolutely.
Either of us have seen him play.
He's playing out of his skin here. Look at that. Twiddles the background. What I can do from the forehand and do from the backhand as well. Quite incredible. Hats off Ruwen FILUS. Now, the question is, can he maintain this quite incredible standard of play?
Well, nothing wrong from FILUS there. Served, attacked. Potentially could have placed the ball a fraction better, straight into the backhand of Fan Zhendong. But the tactics were spot on.
Keep rigging the changes. You have to take a few chances. Exactly.
Fan Zhendong in the lead. FILUS with his 2 serves to come. Oh my goodness. He put that out of the air. The crowd loving this. This is the one. Watch this. Beautiful. Millimetres over the net. Oh, that's a grip. He was stretching for that backhand topspin, but he kept control. Played with power down the line.
Well, I think you've never seen table tennis in your life. You'd be entertained by this, wouldn't you? My word. Wonderful. Top shot, yeah, we agree with you.
Unlucky. He's taking on one of the best topspin players in the world. At topspin against topspin here is FILUS. Just needs to stay in touch. 7-6 in favour of Fan. A clever shot there. FILUS potentially just went a little bit too far away from the table. Fan Zhendong responded by giving a slightly slower topspin short to the forehand. That certainly is throwing caution to the wind. A defensive player, watch him here, steps right round the backhand side of the table.
leaves the whole table exposed. But Fan Shendong just doesn't quite have the control on that forehand block. FILUS with his second serve coming up. I think FILUS, when he can, has got to attack hard.
For sure.
When he attacks with the spin like that, it just gives Fan Shendong the opportunity to play the counter top spin. So Fan Shendong now with his two serves. Oh. The whole crowd. A groan of exasperation. But it's 3 game points now for China. Had to do it. Worth a chance, but it's Fan Shendong who takes the third game, 11 points to 7. And he now leads by 2 games to 1. Join us shortly for the 4th game. Fourth game, FILUS to serve. Fan Shendong leads by 2 games to 1. The right idea from FILUS, attacking down the line. 50-50 ball. They're the ones he has to go for when you're up against the number 2 seed.
Now, if Fan Zhendong gets a 3-4 point lead, he'll relax, he'll move better. And I fear for Ruwen FILUS. He's played at a quite incredible level as Ruwen FILUS. Question whether he can maintain that level, because my word, he's played some stuff. Now the 3-point gap. Having played so well for 3 games, he's made some unforced errors as Ruwen FILUS.
You just sense now that the momentum very much with Fan Shendong. But I totally agree, FILUS has been quite superb. First 3 games, all 3 of those games could have gone either way. And in fact, in the third game, 11-7, there was 2 or 3 edge balls for Fan Shendong. He's still pumping himself up. The crowd is still getting behind him. And certainly Jörg Roskopf there on his feet. He's doing everything he can to lift his player, to maintain such a high standard of play that he's demonstrated.
He's played out of his socks for 3 games as Ruwen FILUS quite well.
It's a great flip with the forehand. Don't think the ball came quite through to him as much as he thought it was going to.
That's one thing the players tell me about the plastic ball. Doesn't quite come through like the old celluloid ball.
What a point! Forehand to forehand topspin on the diagonal, and then it was Fan Zhendong who switched the line of play. He went straight down the line. We'll see that on the replay. There it goes. And in fact, I do believe that was the winner. (9-3). Fan Zhendong in the lead. FILUS now with his 2 serves. They don't come back. Wide angle with a little bit of side spin. 7 game points for China. Backhand topspin down the line off the end. And Fan Zhendong wins the 4th game, 11-3. And he leads by 3 games to 1. We'll be back for the 4th game soon.
So just a little dip, I feel, from Ruwen FILUS at the start of the fourth game. The first three games, he came out very, very lively, innovating, but in that fourth game, I shouldn't criticise him at all, but it was just a little too passive for me. But overall, he has played extremely well. But again, you get 3-4 points clear, and any player from China, their technique is so good. They relax a little bit, they become more positive, they move well, and very, very difficult to stop them. Just adjust the number on the back of his shirt.
FILUS actually changed shirts there during the games. You're fully entitled to do that, but you have to play in an identical shirt. So no doubt the German team have a bag full of their respective shirts. So let's see if he can return to his form of the first three games, which was simply quite amazing. Ruwen FILUS, he's taken the first point. Let's hope it's the first of many.
Well, he's been a delight to watch, hasn't he? I mean, the crowd, okay, he's German, but the crowd have loved him. Oh, no. Right, serve now. Try and attack on the first ball. Go on, be brave. Too long with the service. Oh, there we are. That's it. Fighting again. That's what we want to see, and that's what the crowd wants to see.
Top spinning from away from the table. FILUS, it's paying dividends. He threw that one up a little bit higher. Brushed up the back of the ball. Ball fizzing with top spin.
Ball is split.
So again, it's something the plastic ball tends to do. Gets chipped a little bit.
Just a little, but to be fair, we've seen it very, very rarely in this tournament. I go back to a tournament 3 years ago, and I think we nearly got through 200 balls. So the ball has improved, and has improved immensely.
And what a backhand down the line there from Ruwen FILUS. We see that again on the replay. The drop shot, in he comes. He's just psyched himself up that any time he sees a drop shot, his instinct is to attack, and that's a good instinct for a defensive player. They have to be able to turn defense into attack. No good just returning the ball. You have to return it positively. Throw it up with topspin. Keep it low over the net if you're using backspin. Vary the backspin. Sometimes heavy, sometimes very little spin. Keep the attacking player guessing.
Oh,
again, an edge ball. He's had his fair share of those as Fan Zhendong.
That's exactly right. Fortunate.
There it goes.
Oh, it did. No chance, really.
Almost recovered. 3 points apiece. 3 games to 1. Fan Zhendong. 1 point. 1 game, I should say, away from the 5th round. But FILUS fighting all the way.
Finding a rhythm now to his player, Fan Zhendong.
FILUS still with a 1 point lead. FILUS coming out on top. He's getting back to the form of the first 3 games. It's only the 4th game where he's been overpowered All the first 3 games could have gone either way. Oh, that's a clever return of serve. He used the spin that FILUS put on the ball, flicked it out wide to his forehand. FILUS was coming in, stepping round his backhand to play a forehand topspin. See that on the replay. Watch his body movement. He's going round. He gambled, but Fan Zhendong there anticipated the gamble, got out wide to his forehand.
Again, fortunate.
I always feel at the end of a match, luck tends to level itself out, but you have to say here, if anything, it's favoured Fan Zhendong so far.
Undoubtedly. Certainly the crowd's trying its best.
6 points apiece. Fan Zhendong with his 2 serves. It's a good forehand topspin straight down the line. The crowd definitely want more of this. They're doing their best to lift their own German player. Although there are, as we see, a few Chinese supporters. Well, there's actually more than a few. Very large following for the Chinese team. Into the body of FILUS with that very fast forehand topspin from Fan Zhendong. Good tactics for the attacking player, playing to the body of the defensive player. Looking to attack very strong on the first ball. Fan. Again, FILUS, first chance he gets. He's in with the topspin, and that's perfect tactics. Counter topspin just misses, now 2 points away from winning this 5th game.
Keep being brave, who knows what might happen.
The reverse action serve there, the bat going away from the body, cutting viciously underneath the ball with the backspin. 1 point adrift now, Fan Zhendong. This time the spinny backhand topspin rather than the fast backhand topspin. Clever variation from Fan. Brushed up the back of the ball, went for spin rather than going through the ball. The topspin, we'll see the technique. There it is, up the back of the ball. And now it's FILUS with his serves at the business end of this 5th game. 9 points each. The net cord went off the end of the table. Game point for Germany. What a brave performance by the 29-year-old. 32 in the world. He's up against the number 2 in the world. He now has a game point in the 5th game. Privilege to watch here. Fan Zhendong leads Ruwen FILUS 3-2. Most definitely don't go 4. We'll be back shortly with the 6th game. players back to the table for the 6th game. Ruwen FILUS had an incredible victory last night on Pak Nam of Hong Kong, but he's playing even better, I would suggest, against the number 2 seed, the number 2 ranked player in the world, Fan Zhendong. It's 3 games to 2 in favour of Fan Zhendong. Of course, it's the best of 7 games. Quite simply, Fan Zhendong has to win 1 of the next 2 games. And to pull off the win of the tournament, Ruwen FILUS has to win the remaining 2 games. One point apiece. Roscoff's on his feet. Fan Zhendong quite clearly pumped up, as you would expect in the 4th round of the World Championships men's singles. Second serve in this sequence coming up.
That was very close to the edge, Don, as well. I should think if you're Chinese, it's accurate. If you're German, it's maybe a trifle fortunate. Oh, what an angle.
I think Fan Zhendong's tactics will be to keep FILUS away from the table and keep him away from the table.
Well, if he plays down the backhand all the time and FILUS goes into backspin mode, then Fan Zhendong will be able to read the spin on the ball very, very easily.
So Fan Zhendong, tactics simple, get FILUS away from the table and then keep him away from the table. Only the occasional drop shot. When he drop shots, FILUS' instinct is to attack, and he's attacking ever so well, backhand and forehand, the German player. FILUS, you could see there, anxious to attack behind the serve, but it was a good return by Fan Zhendong. The tactics there, just steady top, get him away from the table with steady and keep him there with the steady top spins until a ball pops up. Don't use the drop shot very often, stop him attacking the ball, and that's what Fan Zhendong has done ever so well this 6th game. But what a performance by Ruwen FILUS.
There's away now, relaxed, confident.
Shot down the line off the end of the table from Fan Zhendong. It's always a little bit more difficult down the line. The target's that little bit shorter as opposed to the diagonal. Great backhand topspin. That's exactly what FILUS will do. Give him half a chance, he will attack. And we have a timeout called by Wang Hao, 7-1. It looked as though FILUS was out of it, but he's just taken the last 2 points. Wang Hao taking no chances. Let's have a 1-minute break. I need to have a chat with my 20-year-old just to reinforce the tactics he's employed to get him to 7-1. Of course, now it is 7-3.
And I think also from Fan Zhendong, maybe just be a little bit more positive on that first attack. Whilst I accept he perhaps needs to play with caution, with care, he can play a strong first attack, and that will put him into pole position.
I think the key thing for me is that first attack from Fan Zhendong has to be strong enough to stop FILUS counter-attacking.
Correct, exactly.
To get him away from the table and to get into a topspin versus backspin rally and keep him defending. But FILUS has been absolutely fearless at attacking whenever he gets the opportunity. He's defended superbly. And above all, he's given it 110%, fought for every single point. And I'm pretty sure that was a thick edge as well. Let's have a quick look. Yep, there it was, hit the edge of the table.
That's 4 or 5? Must be, wasn't it?
Outstanding, consistent top spins from Fan Zhendong, but wonderful retrieving from Ruwen FILUS. But now Fan Zhendong looking good, leading 9-3, but most importantly playing tactically superb. Seven match points now for China. Jörg Rotzkopf looking a little bit philosophical there. He knows his player's given 100%. He knows he's played well, but he's up against the number 2 in the world. And there it is, a win for Fan Zhendong.